Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. We got a new unboxing of the Comic of the Month Club that you can check out at comicofthemonth.club. Now, this is one of the numerous geeky boxes out there, clearly geared towards comic book fans, hence the name. And what this does is pull out a bunch of comics from long boxes to deliver to your doorstep. Now, there's a whole bunch of different options out there, and so far I've been liking it. I think it's a great way to check out classic comics and see what else someone might pick for you. And when I say classic comics, there are some very classic comics. So every month they give you a nice little sheet as to what is new. So this one's a new improved duplicate policy. They send out a lot of books, have not found a good way to ensure people never get duplicates. They never want their customers to get stuck with duplicates. So they're improving and simplifying their duplicate policy. If you get any duplicate comics from them, you can send an email with a certain subject and a picture. It's not that they don't believe you, just need a picture to know what we're sending out too much of. They could be months apart. There's no time limit on this policy. Next month's improvements, they got preference tracking. They've collected a lot of information from the subscribers on titles and characters they like. One big idea they have is start to determine what their subscribers might like based on their interests, sort of like Pandora for comic books. They're going to firm up this idea and hopefully have it ready next month. And yeah, that's about it. So let's go through all the comics to see what's in here. Alright, so we got a classic Amazing Spider-Man 375. I definitely had this when this came out. This was like the heyday of lenticular covers and foil covers and all that for Marvel Comics. Obviously 1992, the 30th anniversary of Spider-Man. Pretty entertaining. It's Spidey versus Venom. The final confrontation, which we know is not the final confrontation because they've confronted each other so many times before. Or since. Next we've got Adventures of Superman. It's their collector's book, Comic of the Month. We have a bagged copy of Return of Superman, The Adventures of Superman number 500. You know that from that. I definitely have a copy of this, and I probably have multiple copies of this still in the bag. So this definitely brings back nostalgia during the whole Superman and Rise of Superman and all that Return of Superman storylines. Next up, we've got X-Men number 1. Pretty sure I've already got this from them, but I can't complain too much because it's X-Men number 1, and X-Men number 1 was awesome. There's like 9 million copies of this. Great memory, great comic, absolutely love it. So I'm pretty happy to see this. Speaking of X-Men, we got X-Men number 13, also from 1992. Entertaining comic. I vaguely remember this story, but it'll be fun to dive into this and check it out again. Next, we've got X-Men number 14. So we got 2 in a row. The beginning of, or part 3 of Executioner Song. This was definitely a classic. I loved Executioner Song. I think that was one of the better X events that came out, especially around this time. So cool to see. From X-Men, we have a bunch of Superman comics. It's nice as they try to get comics in a row. So we got Superman, Man of Steel 34, 37, and 38, one of which is 0-hour tie-in. While they're not, an ongoing run of it, which is a little disappointing because they sometimes do that. These aren't that bad comics from, let's see here, 94 is when these were out. So interesting time. Will be fun to kind of read this. And then finally, to wrap up the 90s, we got something from Image, Savage Dragon number 9. This box wasn't bad. They've definitely done way better comics. Usually a lot of these have stuff from the 70s in there, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to completely knock this. There's a nice mix of stuff. Some Superman, some X-Men, some Spider-Man, some Superman, as I said. But they can't all be winners. Out of the box, I'm going to say this is probably the weakest of the bunch. It's still not necessarily a bad thing, so hopefully the next one's a little bit better. If you would like your own, you should go check it out at comicofthemonth.club. There is a referral thing, so go and say that we referred you. Now, it's not a, we don't get an affiliate or anything like that, but you get a bonus, we get a bonus, so we all win that way. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you're into comic books, you should check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. Of course, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.